Hey. Hey, John.
Hey.
You know, I heard that you volunteered for public speaking this year.
Really? You did? Wow.
Come on, guys. What's the big deal?
Oh, it's only public speaking in front of the whole school, nothing major.
And I hear you guys will only address the principal on why school rules are relevant or not relevant. No pressure there.
Hello viewers, and welcome to Lesson 4 in NAMCO's video learning series for JSC English as a Second Language. In today's lesson, we will be discussing and showing you how to write formal text. In other words, speech writing. By the end of the program, you should be able to use the principles we will teach you to write a formal text, taking into consideration who the audience is and what is the purpose of the speech. Thank you for watching and enjoy the program with us.
Okay, so maybe I was going way out of my leg on this one. It's just that my mom suggested that I try public speaking this year, and it sounded like a pretty good idea.
Well, I must say clever move there, John. Usually it begins with public speaking in front of the whole school and later leads to being a prefect soon after.
That's right. I have noticed. The speakers usually move up the ranks quite naturally. I wonder how that works.
Well, according to my mother...
Oh, she's got plans for you. Yes. How does she say it works?
Well, of course it teaches you to think logically and to write down your arguments in a sequence which helps people to follow you and to understand your point. And once you've learned to think up a good argument and to write it down in an orderly manner, you can then deliver your argument as a speech. And that's when it really has an impact on people.
Man, your mom is a genius.
Well, I kind of understand the logic behind it all. I'm just not sure if it's me, you know?
You know, the way I see it, it is possible for anybody. I'm just angry. I didn't think of it before. I would have joined you.
Why don't you guys join me in writing my speech? You could both help me by listening to me when I practice my speech. And you could help me by criticizing me and giving me advice.
Sure, let's do that.
What will your speech be about?
I'm not sure. Maybe something about school rules.
Hey, have you seen how the new grade 11 boys are here to make everybody's life a living hell? It's like their mission for the year, you know, wearing clothes with explicit text printed on it.
So are the grade 10 girls.
Yeah, you know, that clique of troublemakers, nobody bothers with them. They're just trying to attract attention to themselves.
Sometimes I wonder how the teachers survive staying here year in and year out. I mean, I get exhausted just by watching these troublemakers.
Here we are talking about these troublemakers who do not respect school rules. And here in front of us, we have the perfect opportunity of doing something about it.
What are you talking
What are
about?
you talking about?
I think I say it now.
What?
That's how speech writing and public speaking makes you develop influence with people. You make an argument, a good argument, and if you present it in an effective way, people are persuaded by it, and you get credit for the improvement that will follow.
When people act on it. You are right.
That makes perfect sense, Joey. So we have to strategize in order to call these learners to order.
Exactly. We have to write a good speech in which you will have to convince the principal to enforce school rules better.
Not better, stricter. Otherwise, we may make it sound as if the principal is not doing a good job already.
You're right. It's all about the words we choose. Come on, guys, let's get started.
Okay.
Guys, I just want to say thank you for your help and for your support. I really appreciate it. I would not be able to do this by myself. Writing a speech is not a natural thing for me to do.
We understand, John, and it's a pleasure. Now you'll see that the more you practice the speech writing and talking, the more natural it is going to become to you.
What's important when writing a speech is determining your audience. Who's our speech meant for?
Obviously for the principal, but in this case, it could also be for the teachers and the learners. So they all are audience.
Meaning, it will be formal. Or, I suggest, it should be formal. So we penetrate their skulls, those learners.
Let's not make it too formal and yet not too informal.
Okay. And then?
You have to know the important features of a speech. Every speech has an introduction, which could be a greeting or that part where the speaker acknowledging guests.
Oh yes, like good morning, good afternoon, good evening, our honored principal, head of departments, all teachers, and my fellow learners.
Or another example of an introduction. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Nyoma.
Guys, come on, you're being unrealistic now. I think we all know that Honorable Nyoma is not going to be there.
Okay, it might be that there's a special person in the audience, like a former teacher who used to teach at your school and from whom you have learned to respect school rules.
Okay, but if there is no such special person, then this rule will not apply. But if it does apply, then this special greeting must be worded carefully to ensure that this person gets just the right amount of recognition.
You've got it. A perfect introduction, not too formal, yet grabbing your audience.
All right, we are done now with the introduction. Now let's move on to the body.
Guys, come on. We're not writing an essay.
Joy is right, John. The format of a letter, speech, and essay is the same. The content differ according to which type of text or letter, of course.
So, the body is the second middle part of the text. Okay, in the body, you should present the facts that develop on the main idea. Okay, and it should be logically sequenced. Sentences should be well structured, and it should bring up your different arguments, ideas, or topics which you use for proving your argument. There should be clear links between these different points.
Oh, okay. Let me think. So, our main idea is to address the learners' misbehavior and their misconduct towards teachers.
I think what you are saying is that the main idea is that there is a lack of respect at school.
I agree.
And as a result of this lack of respect, teachers are demotivated, and in the end, our school performs poorly. We all suffer the consequences.
Brilliant. Now say it, John.
Dear learners from Excel High School. Wait, we've most already addressed the principal and everybody else in the intro, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say something like, Dear learners, as a proud learner of Excel High School, I am really concerned about our behavior, both here at school and in the public eye. When we refuse to be quiet when teachers are talking to us, when we scatter papers and other rubbish around our school grounds, when we wear clothes with explicit and disrespectful text printed on it, does this not show a lack of respect, firstly for ourselves? And how can we expect others to respect us if we do not behave in a respectful manner? Guys,
nice.
come on, I'm on a roll here.
Okay.
Go, John.
Especially the attitude towards our teachers. We know that many of us see our teachers more than we see our parents. And some of them build even more into our characters than our parents can for different reasons. Should we not therefore give them the respect they deserve for the input that they put into our lives? Also, the attitude we have towards our beautiful school. We vandalize it, even though again some of us spend more time here than at our own homes because our parents take so long to pick us up from here after school. Should we not then ensure that our environment in which we spend so much time is orderly and stays beautiful? There are even people paid to clean the grounds. All we have to do is maintain it so.
Okay. Please stop. I'm convinced. If you continue, I'm gonna cry. Whew.
I feel like getting into a taxi and going to the school right now to clean it up. John for head boy.
Yeah,
John for head boy.
Oh, guys, come on. What's next?
Okay, now the board is covered. Okay, I suppose you can still polish the sentence a bit and make sure that they are structured logically. Like at the point of starting with the teachers, then the explicit printed clothing, then the school grounds. Isn't it better if you start with the school learners themselves, then their clothing, and then their behavior, and then you go on to the teachers, then the school grounds?
Okay. Yes, I see what you mean. I'll still work on the structure.
Well, the last part of the speech is obviously the conclusion. We have got the introduction, the greeting at the beginning of the speech. We have dealt with the body of the speech, where you have developed your argument in logical points. Now, you must end your speech with a strong statement. It must hold the interest of your audience. You know, give them something that will stay in their minds and make them think. In the conclusion, you briefly mention the main points again, just as a highlight of the core ideas. Then make a final strong point. And be brief and interesting. That means keep it short and fresh.
Wow, that's a powerful idea. I'll still have to think of the conclusion a bit though. But guys, you guys seem to be in a hurry. Ish, thank you very much though, guys. Really appreciate your help. I feel so much more prepared for this task now.
Yeah, sorry, I have to run, but we'll both be there tomorrow when you talk.
Yeah.
Advice?
Yay! Did it. Yeah.
Viewers, we hope you also feel better equipped for writing and delivering a formal speech. Let's cover the main points of a speech again. There is the introduction, where you can acknowledge key people in the speech, but it is important to mention that a formal speech addresses the chairperson. In the body of the speech, you expand on your argument, discussing points that are relevant and which lead one into the next logical sequence. In your argument, discuss only relevant points and keep to the correct style. Also keep in mind who the audience is and show respect for them in your words and in your manner. The conclusion is the summary of the main points, ending in a final and yet strong statement. The conclusion must be brief and unforgettable and appealing to the audience. Always remember to rehearse your speech out loud and allow for people to give you feedback and suggestions before reciting or delivering your final speech. John will now deliver his rehearsal speech in front of his class and his teacher. Shh, let's listen.
So I plead with you, my fellow learners at Excel High School, help me and my friends ensure that this school is a place where teachers will not be constantly scanning through the newspapers looking for other jobs. A place where we will not be afraid of the Minister of Education from disguising himself and standing at the school gate to watch us at the beginning of every school day. Most of all, teachers, friends, help us preserve the good in our school so that we will one day want to bring our children back here to reinforce the good morals that we ourselves have learned at Excel High. Thank you.
Viewers, it's time for our SMS competition question for today. The rules are as follows. Send your SMS to the number 5003. In the message box under the number, write down the key word for today's program, which is speech. Then identify the correct option, A, B, or C, which you choose for the answer. Remember to choose only one answer, please. And there's a prize for the winner. Here is the question. What do we call the opening paragraph of a speech? Is it the A, body, B, introduction, or C, head? We're waiting for your SMS. Please join us next time for the final lesson in our series for grade 10 learners on English topics for second language speakers. Until then, from all of us here at NAMCAR, goodbye!